Hey Greg, it's Tad. I'm flying over the Hood Canal with my buddy Randy in his helicopter, and we're about to approach the South Shore house where we've been working this past year. I was wondering if you could give us some information about it.
Sure. What really impresses me is the foundation work. First, it's built on a very steep bank job site. The foundation supports a massive concrete structure and a tall rock veneer chimney. The wood and stone work is just awesome. When you look at the house from the driveway and walk around, you'll see a lot of exposed framing. Our guys have taken just great pains to make each joint and each fastener and each connection as precise as possible.
Thanks, Greg. It really is a cool house. Mike Schwab and the gang have done an incredible job. We're going to head up to the Coyle Peninsula house now. Stay on the line and I'll be back with you in just a few minutes. Greg, we're just coming up to the Coyle site now. This place is huge. What's going on up here?
This home has a very unusual foundation. It's 2 feet thick in places, with a layer of insulation running through the middle of the concrete wall. We're using rough-sawn fir panels to create a wood grain pattern on the concrete, since much of the foundation will be visible from inside and outside the house. It's complicated, and it's really precise. Our guys are just doing a great job putting this thing together.
We've been talking a lot about built green. What are some of the features in this house that incorporate that?
Yeah, the house is designed to be very energy efficient. It'll capture sunlight when it needs to and reflect it when it doesn't. Many of the materials were selected based on sustainability. We're concerned about runoff from the roof into the Hood Canal and keeping the water clean. So the architects have designed a vegetative roof system to filter the water before it runs off. This is a very complicated concrete structure, and our guys are doing work in the most difficult time of year, hanging in there, working in this hard weather.
They really are. It's going to be great to get back up here in another 3 or 4 months and watch this project unfold. Greg, we're heading down to the south end of Bainbridge now to the Point White Drive project. Give us a little information on that one, would you?
This project is a great project because it's located on the low bank waterfront. I've been out there having lunch with the guys on the beach a couple of times. The sun is shining in your face. You're looking out at Mount Rainier off in the distance and the water. It's just very relaxing. We replaced an old cabin with a guest house last year, and now we're finishing the main house. It's finely detailed with recycled teak floors, teak cabinets, custom bronze door hardware, and steel gates. And for the inevitable power outages, there is a generator system that'll supply electricity to both buildings. You know, the guest quarters and the generator shed involve the same design and craftsmanship as the house, and the guys are just having a lot of fun putting it together, making it all look the same.
Hey Greg, what have we been doing down here in the woods above Rockaway Beach?
Well, it's a major remodel that turned the recording studio into a lodge. The studio itself was set up for professional sound recording with double thick walls and suspended concrete floors to stop sound transmission between rooms. This presented some very complicated remodel issues, but our team has made it look as if it had been a lodge from the very beginning.
This house down here on Rockaway Beach has some interesting history in that the structure to the right we built 15 years ago. The current owner will be tearing that house down and building a new house that will match the architecture of what we're building right now. We'll be starting on the main house sometime in the summer. Now we're heading over to Wing Point, where we have several projects under construction. Greg, what's the story on this first one?
This high bank remodel has a number of interesting aspects. The roof is made up of curved glue lams with old-growth Douglas fir decking. The framing details in this house are a real challenge because a lot of the framing is exposed. Trying to blend square and straight pieces on a curved rafter is a unique challenge in itself. When I go out there and visit the guys, they tell me they're having a great time. They love working there because every aspect of the framing is challenging and different.
Thanks, Greg. I was out there yesterday and all the curved glue lams are up and it really is a remarkable sight. What's this next project about?
The site of this Wing Point project is very challenging. The house will be 9,800 square feet. With the site so tight and the edge of the bank so close, we have to sequence each step of the foundation very precisely. Since the house will be covering most of the site, We have to take very special precautions to maneuver all the equipment and material. This is going to be a fun and challenging one to build. This house won a National AIA Award in 1979. The architect who designed it actually lived in the home. I've had lunch with him a number of times and we've talked about his project. It's a single story with what appears to be a large floating roof structure over it. We not only remodeled the main floor but inserted a second floor master suite under the roof. It looks like an aluminum cube was slid into the space.
This next project is the Island Church. We spent over a year value engineering this with the building committee of the congregation, and we're well underway. The floor that you see in these pictures consists of precast concrete panels that were made in Spokane. At one point we had 7 semis in the parking lot with a crane setting them. The structure's going up and next week the steel framing begins.
We finished some great projects this year like the Fremont condos in Seattle and a Queen Anne residence. We finished a huge mixed-use project called Madrone Village that consisted of 38 condominiums and 15,000 square feet of commercial space. Our Special Services Division completed a job that started out as a simple roof replacement and turned into a complete conversion of an old Army barracks into 12 condominiums. They did some nice remodels too, like the one in Gig Harbor, where they installed an elevator into an existing home, which Fairbank Construction built several years ago. Special Services has done so many projects, and it's hard to even list them all.
Greg, thanks for all your help and support. It really has been great. You know, we're finishing up our 30th year in business, and it's been a huge thrill just to look back over all the projects and experiences we've had. And it's equally exciting as I look forward to the years to come. Thanks to everyone who's been involved with our company over the years. None of this could have been possible without you.